Have you ever wondered how far pain can drive a person? This is the heartbreaking story of a nurse, once full of love, who was consumed by betrayal. When her own baby was taken from her, not by fate, but by someone she trusted, she vowed never to forgive. Years later, she found herself with the power to rewrite someone else's life. And she did. But at what cost? This is the story of Nurse Linda, the woman who switched two newborns in a quiet hospital, ward changing the course of two families forever. Before we get deeper into this emotional ride, please hit like, tap subscribe for more viral African stories, and share this video with someone who values justice. Do you believe revenge can ever be justified? Tell us in the comments below. Linda wasn't born with much, but she had an unshakable sense of purpose. As a child, she would wrap her dolls in cloth and pretend to nurse them back to health. Her community called her Little Doctor, but she always corrected them. "I want to be a nurse," she'd say, "the one who never leaves the patient's side." Her dedication carried her through school. She studied by candlelight, skipped parties, and walked miles just to borrow medical books. She finally earned a scholarship to nursing school in Lagos, where she stood out for her calm nature and near-perfect grades. It was there she met David. He was charming, driven, always the loudest in the room. At first, he teased her quietness. Then, he admired it. They grew close long night shifts, shared meals in the hospital canteen, secrets exchanged in whispered tones under flickering hallway lights. David told her he saw a future with her. Linda, guarded at first, allowed herself to believe in love. When she got pregnant, she was terrified but hopeful. She imagined a small wedding, a life together, but David's reactions shattered her illusions. He accused her of sleeping with a doctor, called her a liar, denied everything. Worse still, rumors began to spread in the hospital. Linda felt the stares, heard the whispers. Even her supervising matron began treating her coldly. She bore her pregnancy alone, enduring complications, sleepless nights, and the shame of single motherhood in a society quick to judge. But when her son Isaiah was born, she felt peace for a moment. That peace didn't last. One rainy afternoon, Isaiah developed a fever. Linda rushed him to a local clinic. The nurse on duty insisted it was minor. Hours passed. He began convulsing. They didn't have the equipment to help him. By the time Linda got him to a private hospital, it was too late. Isaiah was gone. She collapsed on the cold floor of the ER. David never called, never showed up. He was already with Angela. Linda returned to work after a month of unpaid leave. Her spirit was numb, her eyes distant. But she did her job. Babies needed her. Mothers depended on her. No one suspected the storm raging inside her. That day, Angela was admitted into the hospital's VIP maternity suite. She had a smooth delivery. David posted smiling photos online. Linda was assigned to neonatal monitoring. It was just chance or fate that placed her there. She saw the baby, saw the name tag. She stared at the baby's peaceful face, tiny hands balled into fists. Then she looked across the room on another baby, born to a teenage girl who had arrived alone, barely conscious, with no family in sight. Her baby was also a boy. Smaller, quieter, wrapped in the same hospital-issued blue swaddle. Linda didn't sleep that night. Her mind raced. The next morning, the ward was busier than usual. Nurses rushed between checkups. An intern dropped a tray of syringes. The distraction was just enough. Linda walked to the bassinets, switched the name tags, switched the futures, and no one noticed. David and Angela named their son Caleb. He grew up in a comfortable home. He had gadgets, good schools, and every privilege Linda's Isaiah never lived to enjoy. But Linda watched from a distance. She became obsessed with following both boys' lives. She checked Caleb's academic results online, watched school events from afar, even once anonymously donated money when his school was fundraising. She told herself she was keeping balance in the universe. Meanwhile, the other boy, now named Joshua, grew up in poverty. His mother worked two jobs. Their apartment flooded every rainy season. Yet, Joshua was bright, resilient. He always had a smile. Linda occasionally left money at their door. Once, she saw Joshua playing in the mud and cried for hours. Her revenge hadn't healed her, it only tangled her in guilt. But she couldn't undo it. The past was written. Would you have done the same if you were Nurse Linda? Is revenge always eviler? Can it be healing? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this powerful episode of Viral African Stories. At 16, Caleb was diagnosed with a kidney disorder. Angela offered hers, no match. David tried still, no match. Doctors ordered a DNA test. The results shook everything. Angela wasn't the mother. David wasn't the father. The hospital flagged the records, the day of birth. The name on the neonatal unit, Nurse Linda. They tracked her down. She confessed immediately. A media storm exploded. The internet erupted. Nurse switches babies for revenge went viral. Opinion was split. Some saw her as evil, others as heartbroken. TV stations requested interviews. She declined them all. She only agreed to speak to one person, the teenage mother whose child she'd given away. They met in private. No cameras. No lawyers. Witnesses say both women wept for hours. The judge, visibly moved, delivered a balanced verdict. Linda was sentenced but also acknowledged as a woman who had been failed by many systems: family, workplace, and justice. In prison, Linda became a mentor. She taught other inmates first aid, helped with births in the women's unit, and even organized mental health workshops. Joshua and Caleb's switched met at 18. They formed a friendship, bonded by a truth stranger than fiction. Neither wanted to swap lives. Instead, they created a project together, a foundation to support underprivileged mothers and nurses in rural areas. Linda was released after serving her term. She didn't seek publicity. She simply vanished from public life. But every year, on the anniversary of her son's death, flowers appear on Isaiah's grave. No name, just one note. I still remember. Now we ask you, was Nurse Linda a monster or a mother still mourning? Should she be hated or heard? Tell us in the comments. And if this story touched you, please like, share, and subscribe to Storytime, where the truth is never simple and every tale holds a mirror to us all. She lost her baby to betrayal, and in the silence of the night, she took someone else's. This was Nurse Linda, and this was her story.